What's up, everybody? You already know who it is. It's DripGodDero, and I'm back at y'all with another bang. Now, today we are reacting to Bleacher Report's biggest disappointments of the NBA first season. Now, let's go on and hop right into it. Okay, this article is wrote by Andy Bailey. Shout out to him. Now, let's get right into it. Alright, so Andy's first disappointment is Giannis Antetokounmpo. Let's skim through this and see why he's so disappointed. This may be nitpicky. Giannis Antetokounmpo is coming off back-to-back seasons with unprecedented production. And for just about anyone else in league history, his marks of 25.7, 13 rebounds, and 3.7 assists per game would be reason for praise. But the Milwaukee Bucks are 1-2, and Giannis' biggest and perhaps only real weakness has been on vivid display. He is 4 of 16 on threes and 8 of 30 on all shots beyond 5 feet. What may be most concerning is his 58.3 field free throw percentage. If that mark holds, this will be the fourth straight season in which Antetokounmpo percentage from the line dropped. And it's not just that he is missing the freebies. As pointed out by ESPN Stats and Info, those misses often come at the worst times. Well, alright. I'm not about to really continue reading because we pretty much get the point. Pretty much, his disappointment is his free throw shooting and his threes. And me personally, I don't really feel like that's a disappointment. And the reason I say that is because with most players who come into the league not having like a perfected jump shot, it takes them time to really build up their jump shot and their three-point shot. For example, look at LeBron James. When he first came in the league, his jumper wasn't that efficient, that effective. And over time, it took him at least 10 years to 8 years to really, perfect that three and get his three, to a good, efficient percentage. And even now, LeBron still struggles with free throws. So, with that, I feel like that's not really a disappointment because perfecting your shooting form and all that really takes a lot of time. But, anyways, let's move on to the second. Alright, the second disappointment, Chicago Bulls. Now, let's get into it. There probably weren't many out there locking the Chicago Bulls into the playoffs before this season started, but they have an intriguing mix of talent, youth, and experience. Zach LaVine is a bona fide number one scorer. Lauri Markkanen fits the mold of a modern big who relies more on skill than athleticism. Wendell Carter Jr., my bad guys, has Swiss Army knife potential. Kobe White can get hot as a jump shooter. Otto Porter Jr. is a solid glue guy. To spare you a recitation of the entire roster, we'll just sum it up and say they should at least be competitive. So far, they haven't been, and their chances of making the playoffs, according to 538, have dropped from 10% before the season to 3%. There are a handful of encouraging offensive signs from individual players, even though the team is near the bottom of the league in points per 100 possessions. On defense, they just can't stop anyone. On Sunday, they give up 129 points to the Golden State Warriors. And if y'all don't know, I recently, just yesterday, made a video on the Golden State Warriors and how bad and how, rough they've been looking. So, yeah, that's pretty bad. But, anyways, y'all pretty much get the gist the Chicago Bulls have been horrible. And I have to agree. My personal opinion, I have to agree. They are a disappointment because they do have a lot of young talent. And then, to me, the two most disappointing players to me are Wendell Carter Jr. and Lauri Markkanen. Now, last year we gave Lauri Markkanen an excuse because they had Jim Boylen as a coach, and he was a horrible coach. He wasn't using Lauri Markkanen in the right way, and it was just all types of bad. We gave him an excuse, but even in this year with a better coach, and I think it's Billy Donovan, yeah, and with a better coach and Billy Donovan, he's still like struggling, guy. He's still struggling, and he just been getting worse since his breakout season. So he's one of the most disappointing players to me on the Chicago Bulls. And then second, Wendell Carter Jr. He's supposed to be the best defender on their team, but this year he been looking like shit. Last year he was amazing on defense, and the year before he was amazing on defense. He pretty much made their defense what it was. They were literally like I think at least top 15 or a top 16 team on defense whenever he was in the game. And this year, it hasn't been that at all. He's just been looking, lackadaisical out there. But, yeah, Zach LaVine, you can't really expect much from him when it comes to defense. He's a good, one-on-one defender. He's decent, but, team defense out of there. And, Kobe White, he had a hot end of the season, but I wouldn't really expect too much out of him. Every fan of a team boosts a player more than they really are, So yeah, Kobe White, he all right, but he got to get better too. All right, let's move on to the next one. All right, Washington Wizards. Let's see what is here. On paper, the Washington Wizards fit Russell Westbrook about as well as any roster has. Center Thomas Bryant's ability to hit threes allows them to play 5 out and keep the lane clear for Westbrook's drives. Shooting from Bradley Beal, Davis Bertans, and Denny Avdija, also helps on that front. Extreme inefficiency both as a shooter and ball handler from Westbrook, though, has neutralized any advantages those marksmen bring. And the Wizards are 0-3, including 2 losses to the Orlando Magic. Russ is averaging a triple-double, but he still has negative win shares. An abysmal 40% true shooting percentage. And 5.2 turnovers per 75 possessions are the culprits for that advanced number. Alright. Yes, more, but we kind of get the gist. Westbrook has been horrible. He has been horrible. At this point, me personally, I just think Westbrook is playing for his numbers. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like there is a team, playing a team offense, but I feel like he really doesn't, abide by that. He just plays for his numbers, plays to get his triple doubles. And that's a toxic way to play, And this is nothing new, to be honest. Like, we all know that Russell Westbrook has been on a decline, Just like last year was very inefficient. He's pretty much been inefficient all his career. So, like, that's nothing new, but I really did expect more of the Wizards, me personally. They were literally one of the teams I thought would actually make it to the playoffs, but it's not looking too good for them. I thought they would take Orlando's spot in the playoffs, me personally. But Orlando has beat them twice. So that's not looking too good. So anyways, yeah. Let's go on and, go to the next one. But I do gotta say this. To me, Danny has been looking very good. He's been looking very good. But that's just one positive from the Wizards. The rest of it, you know what it is. But anyways, let's go to the next one. Toronto Raptors. After cruising to the best record in the Atlantic Division in 2019-2020, the Toronto Raptors lost big man Marc Gasol and Serge Ibaka to dueling Los Angeles squads this offseason. Their absences have been felt during the team's 0-2 start. The Raptors are in the bottom third of the league in both offensive and defensive rebounding percentage. The same goes for their net points per 100 possessions. The stability, defense, and floor spacing provided by those two vets have been sorely missed. In theory, All-Star Pascal Siakam should be able to replace some of that as he continues to develop. He is averaging 10.5 boards per game, but his outside shooting remains a problem. After shooting 33% from January 1st to the end of last season, he is 3 of 12 in 2021. Alright, the Toronto Raptors. Me personally, I feel like I wouldn't, stress too much over them starting off 0-2. I feel like they have a good leader in Kyle Lowry. So I feel like we shouldn't really stress too much over them being 0-2, me personally. And if y'all seen my top 5 leaders video, then y'all know how I feel about Kyle Lowry. I think he's a top 5 leader, and I think they will, get it together. But on the other hand, Pascal Siakam. This man, to me, me personally, no disrespect, but to me, he's like a discount Giannis. He only has like one move, which is, that spin. And, he's just not as dominant as Giannis. So he's, a discount Giannis. And to be honest, I feel like he's not really the true all-star on that team. To me, the true all-star on that team is either Kyle Lowry or Fred VanVleet. But a positive thing for them, I know this video is kind of negative because it's the disappointments, is that OG Anunoby is looking pretty good. He is looking pretty good. But let's move on to the next one. Killian Hayes. It's not fair to make any snap judgments about this rookie class. So here is emphasizing the caveat from the intro. There is loads of time for Killian Hayes to turn this around. His slow start is more worrisome than other youngsters' slow starts, though. LaMelo Ball is having a hard time finding the bottom of the net, but his feel and accuracy as a passer leap off the screen. James Wiseman has appeared out of sorts on defense, but he's averaging double figures in points, and his jumper appears ahead of schedule. Anthony Edwards flashed his all-around game in an 18-point performance against the Utah Jazz. Hayes, though, has done little but struggle. He started 3 games and shot 8 of 25 from the field. In his first 2 contests, he handed out more turnovers, 6, than assists, 5. Alright. There's more, but y'all can feel free to read it. But I'm about to just get into my opinion on Killian Hayes. Man, I feel like it's a little too early, to really be judging him. It's only been, I think, 3 games. And I feel like all the rookies are really struggling. So I feel like, me personally, it's just too early to judge him. I feel like, similar to, players like Brandon Ingram, Lonzo Ball, all them. He's going to struggle in that rookie year and then, just make things happen and really get better in his sophomore year. So, with that, I feel like he'll be all right. The person who hasn't been good at all on Detroit is Blake. Jeremy Grant. I feel like they're the people who we need to really keep an eye on. You know, they're the people we really need to watch. All right, next one. Let's get it. Boston Celtics. Damn, what the shit. Boston Celtics. The Boston Celtics probably deserve a pass. It may take some time to adjust to the loss of Gordon Hayward, though he missed 20 games last season and Kemba Walker is out with a knee injury. Still, losing 2 of their first 3, including a 28-point annihilation at the hands of the Brooklyn Nets, probably isn't what the Celtics and their fans expected. Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown have been solid, though we can nitpick with them. Tatum has just 4 free throw attempts and Brown is 3 of 13 from 3. Improvements on those money ball categories will help, but the supporting cast deserves more to blame. No one else is averaging double figures. Marcus Smart, Tristan Thompson, Daniel Tice, Semi Ojeleye, and Grant Williams are shooting worse than 50% from the field. If this team is going to survive Walker's absence, someone is going to have to help the Star Wings. All right. My opinion on this is that I feel like we shouldn't worry too much and just think about the players that this man just said. Do you really expect these players to really, light up the charts? Not charts, but light up the stats? Look at these players this man just said. No. But alright. So something positive that I can say about the Boston Celtics is that Jeff Teague has been great. He has literally been great for them. And yeah, the problem they had last year, with their bench is kind of getting subdued with Jeff Teague. But let's move on to the next one. Me personally, I don't feel like we should worry too much about the Boston Celtics. They are missing Kemba. So yeah, let's move on to the next one. Last but not least, Kelly Oubre Jr. and Andrew Wiggins. Alright, we don't even have to go there. I literally made a video yesterday. If y'all want to see what I think about this topic right here, these 2 players, just check it out on my previous video, guys. But with that, y'all tell me, what were y'all top disappointments from the first week of the NBA? Get down there in the comments below, and just voice your opinions. And with that, please like, comment, and subscribe down below. Turn on notifications. And I'm out.